Good morning, folks. This is Doug from Southern Songbird Farm. So we get a lot of questions. People asking how we do our ducks, how we do our chickens. People at the farmer's market, we try to explain to them. So giving just a little tutorial here and just an explanation of how this works and the difference between chickens and ducks. So let me just start up here. So this is where chickens are. It's your typical chicken situation. They scratch, they dig, they do leave their droppings, and where their house sits for 3 days. This is 4 days. They've been here 4 days, but as you can see, all the droppings there. And as you can see, a lot of spots that have been kind of scratched up, and then there's where they're trying to dust bathe, so you get that with chickens. Now, it recovers. It totally recovers. And then on the flip side of this, and we're gonna come and show you what the ducks do. So, let me get down here so I can get you some good light. So this is the ducks. Exact same pasture. Exact same time frame. So we're looking at 3-4 days here. There is a little spot right here is where that's where I put them up at night, so they're inside at night to keep away from the predators. But what you see though is there's a lot of manure in there and it's matted down, but there is no scratching. So the difference between a chicken and a duck: chicken has to scratch to find their stuff. And when they scratch, they will scratch out places and in some cases destroy root systems and takes a little longer to recover. A duck will take their bill, run under the grass, down under the organic matter. You'd have worms, bugs, that kind of thing. And then as they walk along, they mat it back down, so it puts it right back down on the soil. So that's the difference. So this is duck versus chicken. Now what I want to show you is recovery time. Okay, so this right here is 4 days ago. All right, you can see kind of a little circle right here. Okay, so it's 4 days ago. So that's recovery time. That's on the duck. And up here, this is a chicken. Now, you wonder why the recovery time is so more, is because the grasses have to reestablish a root system, get the energy to grow, to come back together, in order for that grass to come up and get coming back green again. But as you can see right here, this is where the ducks were. I have to try to explain this to people whenever I say, well, the recovery time is quicker, and they go, why? Well, that's the reason why. Now I'm going to show you a spot right here. This spot right here, we had a torrential downpour. That is abnormal. Now, if you let ducks stay in one place for too long, like if you let them stay in there for 10 days, they will absolutely make holes and destroy them and make them bigger. So that hole there I'll have to fill up. But the reason why that is because that's a low spot in there and the water was there and they just had a ball. Now, right here, this is where they were. This is where the shelter was, so the recovery is just a little bit longer on that because it's just like the chickens. It's got to use that nitrogen because there's a lot of nitrogen on the ground there. Now, I want to show you 7 days. Okay, so as you can see, right here, it goes down, right down in that shade there, and it comes around. And then comes out and it comes right back here. So this is 7 days. This is where the ducks were. So it's recovered really, really well. Okay. Now let me show you over here where I can get them through this fence here. Now this is where the chickens were. So on the 7th day, I want to show you on the 7th day, here's the ducks. The reason why I can do this is they're running side by side. That's day 7, and this is day 7. Now what you'll see on these day 7s is you're still going to see those spots. See this spot where they dust bathe? It's going to take a little while for that to recover. Right here's another spot. So you'll see these spots, and then you'll see these spots where they scratched it up. So it takes it a little while longer to recover. Now, here we are about 11 days. So that's where the ducks were. There is actually, believe it or not, there's a circle right here. And it comes right around here, and that's 11 days. And that's a duck. Okay, and I'm gonna try to get up here so I can do this to you, or get this to you. And you see that dark spot, that's where the chickens were. So it's recovered pretty well. So I want to do this video just to show you the difference between a duck and a chicken on pasture. Now the ducks, they do eat some grass. They will eat some. I've seen them eat quite a bit. They don't eat hardly as much as chickens do. But whenever I try to explain to people what ducks do to pasture versus chickens do to pasture, that's the best way that I know how to explain it, is to show you on video. Because you know, the chickens have to pack, scratch, they scratch, pull back, look, pack, scratch. So that's the constant rotation. They just scratching and packing. And the ducks, what they do is the ducks just run under the beaks, and they just dabble little holes here and there, and they just get into that organic matter, and then find all their needs, and then it just mats it back down with those webbed feet, so it covers it back up, and that's just your result. So at 11 days out, so 11 or 12 days out, the ducks has recovered a little quicker, probably on a 3 or 4 time frame quicker. Like they're probably 3 or 4 days ahead of what the chickens will do. So, all right, so I just want to explain that to you, and you know, because we have them on pasture, everybody knows chickens. With chicken, that's how you get your good egg. We use the pasture non-GMO food, and then so they're going at it right now. For those of you who's never seen a chicken work, let me see if I can get you to a chicken work in here. So if you watch them here a minute, you'll see them. They'll have to step back and they scratch. There's a black one over there, she's doing it now. So that's how they go about their business, and they will literally scratch it to death. Now, let me show you how ducks work the system. Okay, remember I said they get out in there and do their thing? Now watch them. See ducks, they'll get down in there and they just move that beak across the ground. As they go across, they get whatever they need out from under that organic matter. And then they walk right behind it, and then they just tromp back down what they got. So they just put an organic matter right back on the ground, but they got all the bugs and worms and stuff underneath. So, alrighty, folks. Well, I just wanted to go over that with you, and kind of show you what we do here, how we do, and that's how we get our best egg that we possibly can. I'm not saying we're the greatest as ever been by no means, but we try our best to get the best egg by putting them on pasture and rotating them around. So you all have a good day, folks.